Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we finished up a very, very stressful re-sign and free agency phase. Now, Owen, you're asking, why was it stressful? Well, you'll find out if you go back and watch the last episode. I know it was pretty long for a re-sign and free agency phase, but we got a lot done. And do I regret some of the decisions I made in the offseason? Yes and no. I feel we need to see how it goes and then see how we're feeling about the moves that we made. Maybe it was a positive move. Maybe it ends up hurting us long term. So let's discuss what happened. Now, as everybody knows, if you've been watching this franchise mode for a while, if you're new to it, go back and watch some old videos. Why are you starting right here? You just missed 2 straight Stanley Cups in a row. We have so many top talent on this team. We have so much talent on this team. We have so many assets. We have so many prospects, plenty of goalies. We have too much. But money is a problem in the NHL, especially for this team. Now we have all our big guys locked up. Anthony Francis, Pietrangelo, Kaprizov, every top defenseman. But 2 young guys who came off career seasons, Cale Newman and Jack Hughes. The best thing about getting their deals done or working on them was that they were RFAs. Cale Newman is still an RFA for the next year, and we will have to re-sign him again. But Jack Hughes, on the other hand, was traded. Yes, I know. We bring him over to Minnesota to play with his brother Quinn Hughes, who had a phenomenal season last year. It is a little heartbreaking because we won 2 of 3 Stanley Cups the years that he was here, which is very, very impressive. He came off his career season, but I had to make the decision between bringing back one of the 2. Jack Hughes is 3-4 years older than Cale Newman. Cale Newman is 23 years of age. He came off a 50-goal season, and we are an offensively dominant team, and I don't want to lose that. Right? We didn't have the money to bring back both of them, so we brought back one, Cale Newman. It kind of led into free agency where we had to negotiate a new contract. We ended up giving him, I want to say 11.5 or something around that ballpark, 11.2 for the next year. My plan is at the middle of this offseason during the middle of this offseason is to play around with that contract negotiation because I don't know who we lose next. Because we've gone over the last few years. We lost Nils Höglander, Dumba, Kunin during the draft, and Jack Hughes. We're so talented. We have so many top players. So let's go ahead and look at the roster. The 2027-2028 Minnesota Wild. So let's talk about the trade that we made. We sent Jack Hughes to the Tampa Bay Lightning. He wasn't signed to a contract just yet. We sent him over for Nolan Patrick and Schlappick, a centerman who is not on the roster this very second. I'm going to discuss that very, very soon. But Nolan Patrick was a cheaper centerman. We thought nobody was going to offer Jack Hughes a contract in free agency because he was an RFA. That's a lot of picks to give up. I would have taken an offer if it was $10 million, but I couldn't afford bringing him back without giving up like a Langweeder or a Pietrangelo or a Griffin, and I like Griffin, and I like him a lot. So Nolan Patrick is the newest Minnesota Wild. I'm expecting reasonable things. I'm not going to go out and say 70, 80 points because he's not an offensive juggernaut. He's a 60-point player. If we get 60 points out of him, I'll be happy. The biggest thing I need out of him this year is defensively reliable. Good giveaway to takeaway ratio, solid 20-goal season, especially being placed alongside Louis Langweeder, who was officially an 89 overall, and Cale Newman, who came off a career season last year. But let's give a little bit of love to the first line. Alexei Pietrangelo, Anthony Francis, and Kirill Kaprizov, the best line in the NHL, and that is a cold, hard fact. 5 straight Art Rosses for Anthony Francis, 5 straight MVP trophies, back-to-back Rocket trophies, actually tied with his partner here in Pietrangelo. This is the best first line in the league. Second line is also really, really solid. I know changing the dynamic there with moving Jack Hughes is going to change things up, but I'm expecting big things nonetheless. Now, it is looking a little different in the bottom 6. There's a few faces here and there. You're like, oh, these are new guys. And the newest addition to this team is Lionel Waters, or Waters, whatever you want to call him. He was a second-round pick in the 2025 NHL draft. He's been really good in the AHL last year. 55 points in 76 games. They went and won a Calder Cup. He looks like he's going to be a solid player for us. He's 20. He's going to be really good for us. You also have the best third liner in the NHL, Chris frickin' Griffin. Best giveaway to takeaway ratio in the NHL, no doubt about it. I love him. And then we're going to talk about the former rookie sensation and Sergei Gogolev, whatever you want to call him, go-go dancer, whatever you really feel like. Now, a discussion is soon going to be made. Where does he fall in the top 6? Maybe we switch him to a center position. For right now, he's going to play on the third line, and he's going to help be that scoring presence there on the third line. I'm expecting at least a 25-goal season from him. I know losing Luke Kunin sucks for him, but Lionel Waters seems to be a decent playmaker for the Minnesota Wild. And then the fourth line. You have the newest addition in Mark Stone, 35 years of age. I thought, you know what, he might work well there on the fourth line. If he doesn't work, it's a 1-year contract, doesn't really hurt us. You have Connor Dewar, and you have Adam Beckman, who we did offer sheet in the offseason, and no team offered him a contract, so we got him back for 1.3 over 1 year, which is good for us. So the offense is pretty set. There's a few new additions here and there, but all around, it's still very, very solid. Now, the defense. The defense is by far the best constructed in the NHL. We put a lot of money into our offense, but we also put a lot of money into our defense. The best defenseman in the NHL, Quinn freaking Hughes. 118 points last year. I mean, by the end of the year, he could be over a point per game as a defenseman in his career. He's closing in on that. I don't think he's going to repeat what he did last year, but I'm expecting big things nonetheless. You also have Brandt Clark, who is so underrated. Every defenseman on this team is underrated because they perform so much better than everybody else in the league. Brandt Clark, I expect big things. You also have Marcus Mironov, the first ever pick we made as general manager of the Minnesota Wild. Most underrated defenseman in the NHL. Easy peasy. Love him so much. You also have Georges Bissonnette, who's a young guy getting some top 4 time. I thought, you know what, might as well. I like him there with Marcus Mironov. And then the newest addition at the draft was Zach Werenski. For cap-related reasons, we sent Luke Kunin to the Minnesota Wild in exchange for Zach Werenski. And you're like, oh, Zach Werenski probably cost a lot. No, we got them to retain on that deal, and I thought, let's bolster that defense. Let's get them to be just phenomenal. So let's take a look at the special teams. Now, You could substitute Nolan Patrick onto there, but I'm like, how about we go with Anthony Francis? See if we're still the offensive team that we were last year. Anthony Francis is going to have another career season. Langleader and Newman are getting time, and it's a damn good squad. You got that +5 on that power play unit. 4-on-4 is also looking really, really well. Potvin's getting some time as well. Same with Nolan Patrick. Penalty kills also looking really, really solid. Gogolev is getting some time. Same with Petrangelov. Hopefully he can score a few shorties. I think he did last year as well. Yeah, actually he scored 3 shorthanded goals. Absolute beauty. 3-man. Anthony Francis does have the -1. This is the best I could possibly get it. But he's a 99 overall. You got a 93 and an 83. A -1 is fine. Okay, so let's talk. Let's go to extra skaters. Might as well show you so you don't complain about that. Water's getting some time. 3-on-3 is looking incredible. Extra attacker, Anthony Francis and Kaprasov. Shootout is also looking dangerous. Goaltending. Rensfeldt. We are 1 game into the preseason because I had to sign a few guys for the AHL just to fill it out a little bit. But the newest, or a rookie on this team this year, his name is Christian Rensfeldt. For the longest time, for the longest time, he was our best prospect in the goaltending category. But then we got a bunch of other high elite goaltenders. But I think Weeman has a contender on his back. I think Weeman's job is not safe, especially how inconsistent he can be sometimes. I know he is the reigning Vezina and William M. Jennings winner, but a young guy, 3 years younger, if he performs well as a backup, he's going to be a name I remember. Our scratch players this year are Schlappick, we will get to that, Kalen Addison, and Ryan Fitzgerald, the absolute beauty. I'm going to show you the AHL real quick, show you some prospects that I'm excited to showcase this year. We got Vyacheslav Chubasov, who is just about ready to crack the NHL lineup. I thought, how about 1 more year in the AHL, and then once cap is more of a problem next season, he'll be able to jump up for us. Well, we also have Habby Bulin, who I think in the long run might be a solid depth guy for us. Another prospect is Michael Thalberger, who's 23, maybe an NHL forward. And then we have, right here, we have Pete Curry, 21 years of age, 72 overall. He was a 4th round draft pick in 2024. He's getting a bit older. He's still got a bit of time to grow. Maybe he'll be an NHL player for us. But we are definitely most stacked on the defensive side now. You look at our NHL roster for defensemen and you're like, damn, how much better could it get? It gets better. Alexander Arkhipov. He was a 5th round draft pick 2 drafts ago. He looks to be a phenomenal young defender. He's going to only get better. You also have Stefan Backer, who is about a year older. And then you have Ted Sagan right here. He's 22, 75 overall. I'm not sure if he's going to grow to be an NHL defenseman, but to have that medium elite potential, you never know. And one of the youngest players to crack this roster, or the NHL roster in general, is Mats Pearson. 18 years of age. He was our top prospect that we drafted last year, or this year, last draft technically. He's young, but I thought he's basically a 70 overall, 69, nice, which might be better than 70. I thought, let's give him the chance. He played in, I want to say he played in he played in the SHL last year. I think he can only do so much there. He comes over to the AHL. Hopefully he can grow a bit faster here. And for goaltending, you have Taro Mackey, 22, 81 overall. I thought, if there's a trade to be made this season, Mackey might be a good piece. Because we have Cody Tallender. Speaking of high elite goaltenders, he might contend for a starting spot in the very near future. He's going to be at the same position Rensfeld in about 2 years. Maybe quicker. You never know. The AHL squad is looking to repeat as the Calder Cup champions. Now, before we get to the simulation, there is a trade to be made. Now, I know we just made the deal to bring Schlappick over, but he has some damn good trade value, and he doesn't really fit the mold that I was really, really looking for this year. I didn't know the guys who grew were going to be as good as they were, so I think this is the right deal to make. I know he's solid. I know we brought him over for that reason alone. Clear up some space. There was one trade in particular that I really, really liked, and it was from the Boston Bruins. You can look at the other trades. Nothing super interesting. A few prospects here and there. Nothing that I really, really liked. Alexander Texier, Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode legend. A few second-round picks here and there. But I really, 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 really like this Boston trade. I know they might be a solid team. They're a champion, but it's out of conference, right? We may never ever see him again. Only 2 times in the regular season, technically. But 2 first-round draft picks, we can use that to make a deal in the draft. Maybe a pick, we maybe swap things. But I would love to bring over a wild card pick. Maybe they suck. You never know. Schlappick, I know we just got you. Maybe ownership will be mad about that, but 2 firsts, I will take that deal any day of the week. Thank you very much for your service. I know it sucks, but I think it was the right decision to make. So let's go ahead and start simulating this episode. I'm already a long ways into this episode. I know I talk a lot, but I talk a lot to ensure you guys on my plans for this roster. We are a competitor. It's cup or bust every year this team is together. Let's finish preseason. Let's start this season out strong, because last year we had 136 points. Are we going to do better? I'm not totally sure, but I want to be consistent. Our first game of the season is against the Chicago Blackhawks. They've been in sort of a rut since we last beat them in the postseason, starting off the season with a big regulation win. Make that 2 in a row. Whooping, I mean, that was a barn burner against Toronto. Anaheim here, 3-2 victory. Let's start off the season right, and we are doing just that, 5-0 through 5. I mean, obviously. Come on. There we go. Let's view the draft class. Now, we do have 2 first-round draft picks this year. We have Boston's and we have Edmonton's. Edmonton just won the Stanley Cup, and Boston is also a championship caliber team. But it seems to be a top-heavy draft. The number 1 overall prospect this year is Silas Gogol. Gogol. Why is it always Gogo? I mean, I would love to have him just because we could get the Gogo brothers together. You also have Julian Kang. You have Oliver Endras. You have Harry Parrish. You have Liam Ekman-Larsson, Radulov. I'm not sure about all these guys down here, but it seems to be a good top 5 at least. So maybe we luck out with a lottery pick this year. The only thing I'm really concerned about is a Stanley Cup. No, I'm not trading Arkhipov. He seems to be one of our best prospects. I don't want to say anything about a record so far. Gogolev wants to talk to us. 12 minutes a night. I know, man. I would love to give you a bit more. Just, you're a team player. I get it, Gogo. Just be happy. Don't worry. You'll get your time to shine very, very soon. Let's finish this month off well. Can we do it? Come on. Please? Oh, come on. Please. Come on. Come on, Minnesota. Oh, we finished the first month of play 12-0. 12-0. What? Oh my God. 12-0? Anthony Francis has 26 points. But you know, how I like to do it here, I like to go through 2 months before we check the stats because things usually even themselves out after November. So let's go ahead, simulate through 2 months of play and see where we are at. But it has been a phenomenal start so far. Let's continue this streak heading into November. 12-0, unbeaten in 1 month of play. Let's keep it going. Our first regulation loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets there. Let's pick up another 12-game win streak, and then we lose in regulation against to St. Louis. Okay, been iffy this month so far. 500-ish. Let's go on another streak here. Let's keep it going. 2 New York games in a row. Chris Griffin wants to talk about ice time. Man, I'm so sorry. Can you be happy? Yeah, he's morale. Hell yes. I love it when players are team players. And then don't be Cale Newman, where he's like, I don't want $15 million a year? We're going to debate this. No, man. Don't do that to me. I don't appreciate it. Stop it. We lose a close one against Dallas there, so that's 3 regulation losses this month. Let's just finish this out very, very well. Go. Don't think he's performing to the best of his abilities, so let's persuade. And he's mad. Obviously he would. That's how this game works, right? I'm confident in Gogolev's potential and his play. 11-2 victory over the Calgary Flames. We whoop them. My God, Calgary is on fire. Thalberger is hurt until the 11th of December. Head coach replaces player. I'm fine with that. Let's finish out the month strong against Pacific teams. And we do! Through 2 months of play, 27 games, we are 23-3-1. Oh my God, Anthony Francis at 51 points? What? Even after our strong start, we're only 7 points ahead of Dallas, right? But Dallas seems to be the next best team. Wow. It's been a strong start, so I'm excited to check these stats out. Let's go ahead, see what's up here. And oh my. Anthony gosh darn Francis. He's going to hit 700 points this year. I hope he contends for maybe a Wayne Gretzky record or something along those lines. I mean, he's on pace at the end of his career to break the maybe 900 goals. I would love to see that. Maybe he'll hit 60 goals this year. I'm at least expecting 55. Okay, the least he's ever scored. I think he can do that. He's been phenomenal, though. Alexei Petrangelov has 46 points. This guy is going off. He has 2 shorthanded goals, and that's exact. Thank you, comments, for telling me to put him on the penalty kill because he's a machine, and you should be scared of him. The top line is phenomenal. They can do no wrong. The captain, the most underappreciated player in Minnesota, Kirill Kaprizov, has 38 points, and he's 3rd on this team in scoring, at least forward-wise. Crazy. Cale Newman has also been very, very good. He's tied with goals. He's tied with 3rd most goals on this team with Anthony Francis, 1 behind Kaprizov. 31 points in 27 games. Contract year. I'm very, very scared about that, but let's enjoy the good times. Louis Langweeder, 23 points in 27 games. He's on pace for his best season yet. He did miss 12 games last year. He's been healthy thus far, so hopefully he continues at that pace. He's a 91 overall. Oh, what a phenomenal pick. A 20th overall in the first round. Ooh, beautiful. Nolan Patrick has been a decent forward there on the second line. He is technically a power forward. I'm okay with a power forward sniper combo. If he was a playmaker, maybe he'd be a +3, but I'm not too worried about that right now, especially if he's performing well. If he's shooting for 70 points right now, he can 100% get that. That would be his best career season. Okay, he has a great plus-minus. He has a decent amount of penalty minutes. Giveaway to takeaway ratio is pretty solid. Hopefully he keeps it up. Chris Griffin has also been really good if he continues at this half-point per game pace. I like it. He's a Giveaway to takeaway ratio God, it's okay, not too bad. Walters, or why did I say Walters? Waters. 18 points in 27 games, same as his partner there in Chris Griffin. They've both been solid. More than solid. They've been very, very good. No penalty minutes, which is good to see. Sergei Gogolev has been underperforming. He is still technically a third liner, so I'm not going to throw him into that position to fail just yet. 12 points in 27 games. 7 goals, though. He hasn't been terrible. Now, our fourth line, Duar, Beckman, and Stone. They're all minuses. Duar is getting the absolute crap kicked out of him. I don't really like seeing that. But we are rolling 3 lines. I get why they're not the best. I think the longer we go, the better they'll get. I'm excited to see Quinn Hughes. Is he doing well this year? He has 31 points, but Marcus Mironov potentially contending for a Norris, ? I would love to see him pick up a Norris this year. That'd be crazy. Quinn Hughes has been phenomenal. Brant Clark has been phenomenal. And then it kind of dips off there. I mean, they've all been really, really good as defensemen. Werenski isn't bad. I know we picked him up just to help us be better in general, especially in a playoff situation. He's going to help us out. Hasn't been bad. He can be better, though. He can be better. And Bissonnette and Potvin have been very, very good. Bissonnette looks like he's going to be a phenomenal defenseman one day. He looks like the total package. He's 20. He's got plus 25. Really reminds me of Marcus Mironov. He's got the offensive capabilities, but he's really solid defensively. Goaltending, I'm actually really excited to see how this is going. Jaden Weeman is 22-1 with 1 shutout, a .905, and a .271 goals against. Not the best statistics, but his wins is what matters. Our backup in Christian Rensfeld, his statistics aren't the best, but he's winning us games. I know that's a team stat. He can be better, but he's young. He's 23. He's got plenty of time to prove himself. He seems like he's going to be our backup for at least a few years. He's got a bit of time to rub off on me. Okay, so let's check out the entire league. Best goalie so far is Jaden Weeman with the most wins, but Adam Cashman. This is a guy that I saw, I want to say in free agency. Yeah, he's a phenomenal goaltender. I don't know who this kid is. He kind of came out of nowhere. 4th round pick in 2021. He's been really good. He was good for Washington last year. He's been great for Florida this year. He looks to have the best statistics by any goaltender so far through this part of the season. So let's check out rookie skaters. Who looks to be the Calder winner? Oh! Okay, so potentially we have a Calder winner on our team. Potentially. We still got a long season, a long, long way to go, but 18 points through 27 games, leads all rookies. Hopefully he can keep this up. Defenseman. Who's the best defenseman this year so far? I mean, the closest competition to our team right now is Cale Makar, Ekblad, but Marcus Mironov and Quinn Hughes are running shot on the entire NHL, which is huge to see. I'm excited to see who's leading in points this year. Okay, it's closer than I had thought. Connor Von Sieg, who is a subscriber-created player, he was drafted by LA. He's been in LA his entire career. He's been damn good. Has been very, very impressive this year so far. Anthony Francis is 4 points ahead with 1 game play. He's got 1 more game played than Von Sieg, so it's close at the top. Petrangelov has been doing well. Maybe he competes for that trophy as well. Let's go to goals. Zdeněk Corvo is leading the league in goals for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 26 and 26. I would love to see over a goal per game in the NHL. Matthew Savoie has been great. Barnett, Alexei Petrangelov, Everberg, Von Sieg, Waugh. Slychuk, Kaprizov, they've all been phenomenal. Okay, so the league is definitely shaping up after 2 months, and we have been the best team. Let's go another month. San Jose has been bad in the last 10. Hopefully I don't jinx that. But let's see how we are after 3 months of play. Let's head into the new year, 2028. Here we come. San Jose, let's start off this month solid. Come on. Let's keep the momentum going. 4-1 victory. I will take it. I'm not too worried about the draft right now. Let's keep it going against these Pacific teams. Here we go. Keep it going. 4 in a row. Maurice Potvin has been hurt until the 15th with an injured groin. My man, that sucks. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Head coach replace player. Kalen Addison is now in. Maurice Potvin. Oh, he's back? Oh, there was 1 game? Oh, okay. I thought it said the 15th, but I didn't know it was the 15th. Apparently I'm not paying attention. But welcome back. Hopefully you don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Come on, let's keep it going against Pacific teams. There we go. Keep it going. The West is getting crushed so far, and we lose to the Dallas Stars. Alexei Malkin. 2 years left. What is this player like? We have plenty of these kind of guys already. We don't need that. Let's get another win streak going here. Come on. Keep it going, boys. Oh, 10-0 shutout over the Nashville Predators. We absolutely crush them, and then we lose in the OT against the Islanders. Victory against St. Louis. Detroit. Come on. Schmaltz for a third. No, thank you. I don't need that kind of defenseman. 4-3 loss to Detroit. I think that's the first ever time we've lost to Detroit. I think it was. So, we lost a few in OT there that month and a shootout. But it was a pretty great month. Only 2 regulation losses that month. We have been very, very good. Anthony Francis is 33 points above a point per game. We are 7 points above the Dallas Stars, who actually beat us in regulation earlier this month. And they are second in the NHL. So, it's close. It's not close, but it's closer than I thought it was going to be. Let's go through these stats a bit quicker this time. Anthony Francis is a god. He's up to 27 goals now. He's almost leading this team in goals. Kaprizov actually went off. He's got almost 30 goals in 40 games. He's been phenomenal. I mean, the first line, what else is there to say about this first line? They're crazy. Cale Newmanen. He's been pretty good. Actually better than good. He's been very, very good. Louis Langmuir is now a point over, I think. Was he over a point per game before? I don't believe he was. He's actually at 21 goals already. And his best in his career is 32. I think he's going to break that. Halfway through the season, I think we can do that. Nolan Patrick slowed down a bit, but he's on pace for over 60. Yeah, he's on pace for almost exactly 60. Which I want him at. He's been good plus minus. Giveaway to takeaway ratio has been really, really good. So he's a good defensive asset. Lionel Waters has been really good. One of the best rookies in the NHL this season. I'm glad to see that. Chris Griffin, absolute beauty. Gogolev, 20 points through 40 games. Last year, I want to say he had 38. He's on pace. I mean, he's literally on pace for that, almost exactly. Not sure if he's going to finish with the same amount of goals, but if he can finish around the same points, I'll be happy with that. I wasn't expecting a 70-point season from him anyways. Connor Dewar, Beckman, and Stone got better. So I was right as I expected. Their plus-minus evened out. They're all over double-digit in points halfway through the season. They're all on pace for over 20, which is good to see. Defense. Has it gotten any better? Has it gotten any worse? Quinn Hughes is taking the lead on this team. 45 points through 40 games. It's not a 118-point pace, but he could be taking home his 5th straight Norris Trophy. He's the best defenseman in the NHL. There is no question about that. There's no question. I'm sorry. That is a fact at this point in time. He's an absolute beauty. Okay, Marcus Mironov has also been damn good. Could you imagine having 2 over a point per game defensemen on this team when we finish the year? That would be phenomenal. He's actually up to a high elite. I love you, Marcus. I knew when we drafted him he was going to be a cornerstone to this team. I love you, Marcus. I love you. Brent Clark has also been very, very good. He's been phenomenal. What am I saying? Werenski, 6 points through that month. Not bad. 15 points. He's on pace for 30 points. Just over that, actually. Yeah, and when we get into a playoff position, he's going to be important for us. He was kind of a rental guy. I know we paid a lot for it, but it's the way the world rocks, okay? Georges Bissonnette has been very, very good. Gosh, he's been damn good. No, he dropped. No, he's actually up to an 80. Or did he start at an 81? I don't know, but he's been very, very good. Look at his stats. I know we traded for him. Did we cheat the system a bit for him? Maybe a bit, but Carolina wanted to give him up, and we took advantage of that. Maurice Potvin is now a minus player, but I know he's dealing with a lot of crap there on that third pairing. But he's been solid. Goaltending, has it gotten any better? Has it gotten any worse? Actually, goaltenders have gotten better in general. Jaden Weems is up to 27 wins, 4 losses, 2 OT losses, 2 shutouts, a 909, and a 260 goals against. Rensfeldt hasn't, I think he lost maybe an OT game there, or a shootout game. 1 shutout and an 889. If he can finish the season at a 900, I will be ecstatic? What am I saying? Ecstellar? No, ecstatic. What the hell am I saying? Ecstatic. They've both been very, very well. So let's check the entire league stats. I know I keep a close look at it, but it's nice to see the races. So, Jane Weeman. I know Cashman has the best save percentage there. He has so many more wins, though. I know wins is a team stat, but hopefully he can contend for a trophy near the end of the season. Okay. Rookie skaters. Waters is still up there. A game at hand at the next best guy in Lubomir Dimitra. It's 23, 80 overall. Waters could definitely have a Calder in his hands very, very soon. He's maybe a 20-goal scorer, potentially. I don't know where he'll float around in his career, but he's been really good for us. I like to see that. Now, defensemen. Do we have another Norris winner on our team? I want to say the answer is yes, but we're about halfway through the season. Cale Makar is exactly halfway through the season and is 5 points behind. I know points isn't the best stat for a defenseman, but Jack Hughes is the all-around man. He just turned 28. He's got a plus 47, 45 points, 2 penalty minutes. And Marcus Mironov is so good as well. I love this team. I love this team. And oh my goddamn! I know Von Sieg is having a stellar season, but when you look at Anthony gosh darn Francis, you have to be scared of the player that he is. 73 points halfway through the season, 27 goals, 46 assists. What is his best all time? I want to say it's 128. 128, 126. I think he can 100% hit his best all time, especially if we continue at the pace that we're going. He is 100% the guy for us. And I love seeing that for us. That is huge. Okay. So who's leading in assists? It's actually Anthony freaking Francis. Absolutely love that. Goals is Zdeněk Corvo or Ixnik. Sure. Corvo. Yeah, it's either going to be one of these guys up here. I know. Kaprizov might contend for it. I mean, Anthony Francis might contend for it because he seems to always do that. It's like, oh, somebody else is leading in goals. Might as well try to catch up. It is a high-scoring NHL season. I know Francis is at the top, but we have a lot of impressive players here. We have 3 of our players in the top 10 here. It's very, very impressive. Jack Hughes with Tampa Bay is having a stellar season. I'm glad we just traded him to the East. What is he making if he took a discount? No, he didn't take a discount for Tampa. They got a great player. It does suck that we lost him. I would have loved him here on this team. He was good for us last year and the year before and the year before that. But the guys that we got in return, I think it works out for us. But we will find out if we win a Stanley Cup or two, which would be great. Okay, so I'm gonna end this episode right now. I don't want it to go to 50 plus minutes because I know those are very, very long episodes to get through, but you know what that means. Every day is NHL franchise modes, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you don't know that already. Make sure notifications are on. I know there's been a few problems lately. Notifications getting out my videos have kind of like digressed in views. I know I'm not all about the views, but I just want to make sure you guys know that videos are out 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. And I was going to mention this earlier in the video if you're watching it right now. If you're watching up to this point, I appreciate you the most because you watch my content and you enjoy it. So I just realized that we hit 200 videos a few days ago. 200 videos in a row. NHL franchise mode to be exact. Now, when I forgot, we had 153 videos in the Columbus Blue Jackets playlist, and then episode 46 for, I guess it was technically the 47th video for the Minnesota Wild franchise mode, but I saw that and I'm like, wow, 200 videos in a row. That's 200 days in a row. That's almost 200 nights in a row, staying up late, providing content for you, and I wouldn't trade the absolute world for it. So I appreciate you who stuck around to the very end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.